So, today I want to talk about black people, and I want to specifically focus on the black entitlement. Um, I'm gonna pose the question right away. When will this end? Like, I mean, I understand that a lot of black people don't have the foresight to understand that they're digging their own grave with their own shovel in their own hand. And I am gonna touch on IQ and whatnot later on, but till then, let's just stick to this point. So, okay. I'm sure everybody heard about the Carmelo Anthony case that he got 35 years in jail. Most likely in 10, 15 years, they're going to give him a parole offer, and then let's see how that plays out. And just to nobody's surprise, you have a certain number of black voices all over the internet calling this outrageous. How can this be? How is this happening? You know what the funny thing is? It's like, I mean, there's no consistency in the world, right? You always have to follow logic to its logical conclusion with everything, or else it makes you a hypocrite. Like, for example, you have Cardi B, who is apparently a Trump supporter, who's, I assume is conservative minded, if she is. I mean, it doesn't necessarily always have to correlate, but I'm just trying to make it make sense by simplifying it. Let's say for myself. Yet even she comes out in her tweet saying, like, this is crazy, outrageous, whatnot. I don't get it. How? This kid stabbed another young kid, right? This young white boy in the heart. All because he was told to get the fuck out of there. That's it. That's literally the whole thing. And there was lies that came out about Anthony's family about how they were using the money to buy a house and all that. A lot of those rumors are not true. Like, did they benefit from the money? Of course, they probably used some of it for personal reasons, but for the most part, I am convinced, and I've done and dug it in. I've done the research that they have used it for their own kids, trial, lawyer fees and whatnot. But yeah, back to, you have a lot of these black voices. You have a lot of these black videos coming out on the internet. Like, for example, the one I saw the other day is in Texas. Not even in Texas. It's in a whole different state because this whole thing took place in Texas. This black guy rolling around in a scooter. Nowadays, that's how gangsters roll, I guess. They roll around in their scooters, huh? This world, man. Clown fucking world to the max. And just pulls up against this random white guy and just slaps the shit out of him. Knocks him to the floor and says, I bet you're a jury on the case. And he knows too. He knows this is bullshit. And the white guy there sitting there stunned, toothless, obviously. He's been conditioned. He's been sapped of all his dignity, his masculinity, his manhood. And what are we to make of this? I mean, this is a dime a dozen. This is one out of a million now. These types of cases where unprovoked whites get attacked by blacks, Asians get attacked by blacks unprovoked, right? Do you black people, you're aware that we're all watching this, right? The world, in the sense of, viewership, in the sense of sharing of information. Yes, there's a lot of fakes, a lot of lies out there, but for the most part, we are watching this and we are forming our opinion on this, right? We are seeing what you guys are doing, what you guys are not doing, right? How do you think this plays out for you? Even amongst you, there's of you that know the rest of the rest of the world does not give a fuck about you. You see, it's only the white people that are your fucking allies. That really is the truth. Whether if it's Asians or Indians or whomever else, they don't give a fuck about you. You will not go to their fucking countries and do the shit you will do. They will fuck you, knock you the fuck out. Okay? This whole thing about I'm black, I'm heroic, I'm strong, that's all a lie. It's all a fucking cope. We all know you guys have massive self-esteem issues. That's why you do a lot of the things you do. Like, fuck. It doesn't even take a psychologist. It's bare fucking bones, common sense, on the surface fucking logic. Okay? How much longer do you think you can get away with this? I am so fucking curious. I mean, I love what they call it, the summer of 2020, June 2020, right? Oh, 6 years now. Summer of love, when that fucker George Floyd was killed. And I don't need to go over it. Everybody knows what kind of a piece of shit he was, what kind of a criminal he was, and all the things that came with it. And apparently they had to make an example of Derek, the white cop, right? right in the heat of COVID, and we had to deal with that shit. What do we do? Let's go fucking loot and burn down, cities and whatnot, and hit up Nike stores and whatever. And it's funny, the memes, a picture's a thousand fucking words. Not a single library was destroyed during those riots in any of those cities. Funny. I wonder why. I fucking wonder why. Just how long do you think you guys can get away with this shit? I'll tell you a story that happened to me very recently. This has happened before. I guess I bring out something in people. What if it's I'm not sure. I don't know. Um, I was in a lineup, grocery store. There's a white guy in front of me, and in front of him, there's a black guy. He's Nigerian. I'm very familiar with the accent. And I remember his exact total, $28.21. And he only had a few items. And he starts arguing. Cashier's an Indian girl. No, 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 this doesn't make no sense. This can't be the total. How do these add up to this much? She's like, it should actually be 24 something. And I'm looking at him, straight eyes, just watching the whole thing, observing. And the white guy in front of me is doing the same thing. And the white guy in front of me, typical, the modern day white type of guy, glasses, bald, overweight. He looks like, again, for the most part, he looks like he's been. Well, what do I know? But this is just my first impression. He just looks like he's been stripped of all the things I mentioned earlier: his dignity, pride as a man. He just going through the rounds with life. And the black guy turns around and looks at both of us and says, "I know you white people think us black people are stupid. No, we're not." And immediately, the first thing I say is, I look at and right when he's talking to me, the Indian girl, she calls the manager, and the manager comes over. And as soon as the manager comes over, I look at the manager and I raise my voice and I say, "Bro, is there another register open? Like, I don't want to wait in line for this, right?" And then he sends the Indian girl to open a second register. And right before I go, I look at him and I say, "So what if he gets the same number again? What if he gets the same $28.21 total again, right?" And then, yeah, you got to give credit when it's due. He actually, I thought he was going to be fucking even, dig his own shit even further, keep on shoveling. He actually said, "Then it is what it is then." So I go across the aisle. The other white guy follows me. I tell the white guy, "Hey, man, you were in front of me in the other line. So, you should be ahead of me now too." He says, "No, no, 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 no." We had about a 45-second conversation, and this is actually this is the part of the story that really matters, because I've had the same conversation with other white people before, where I was the first one to initiate some sort of reaction, and the white people that was around me in my vicinity were just sitting there collectively listening, paying attention. And when the person, and in all these cases, most likely it's a black guy, when they were no longer part of the scenario, they would open up, and the conversation revolved around, how much more of this bullshit are we going to tolerate? The white guy pretty much told me that I didn't even say anything to him. I didn't do anything to him. I gave him his space, yet he immediately turns around. He's like, he looks at me. He's like, he's blaming me for his shit. And I'm like, I understand, bro. And basically, I told him the same thing I told you guys a few minutes ago. Only white people are your fucking allies. The rest of the world will not put up with your shit. They will knock you the fuck out. If you do that shit where I'm from, I would have fucked you up. Here, the only thing I care about is one thing. Honestly, it's just jail. It's ruining my own life. It's not yours. It really is not your life in that regard. Like, I mean, if you are a shit disturber, if you're trying to cause, ruckus, if you're trying to fuck around with other people who have done nothing to you, then who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you other than getting a fuck you from me? And yeah, that white guy, for a few seconds there, he sat there and he vented to me, in that line. And I paid mine. And at the same time, the Indian manager, who's now dealing with the black guy, he made eye contact with me, because he was there and he saw the way I was with the situation. And he even gave me a head shake. You see right there, that alone says a lot. See, even them, like even the Browns, they won't put up with your shit. They don't give a fuck about you and your fucking entitlement. But yet you keep doing it. You keep motherfucking doing it. You keep doing it. You have no fucking foresight. You keep fucking around with the only allies you have. The same thing I say for a woman. Well, all of us, we're all fucking, fucking pieces, right? Pawns, chess pieces on a board. But you black people especially, just like with women. I mean, the division they sown, the hatred that they made you, the conditioning they put in your heart against white people, you think that comes solely from you because you're justified, because you have learned about your history. Everybody was a fucking slave in this world. This has been said 1,000 fucking times. I'm not saying something new here. Huh? The word slave comes from the Slavic people. You understand? Right? Do you know what I'm going with? You understand where I'm going with this? So you're not even the fact that the word slave even has origins based on like white European people, Eastern Europeans. So I don't know who the fuck are you to sit there and tell us left and right, we were slaves. You're not the only slaves. At one point or other, everybody's ancestors in some point in history was fucking slaves. What makes you so fucking special? What gives you the fucking entitlement? You know what does the fucking media and the government that's using you? That's all it is. Fuck. Why are you so stupid? Every fucking graph you see, every chart you see, had it been the black woman that was voting in America, had it been the black man that was voting, the whole country would have been taken over by blue wave Democrats. My fucking God. They treat you like a fucking imbecile little dumbass child, and you sit there and you take it. There's a few amongst you that are very intelligent that should be the leaders of your community, that should come out, that you guys should listen to and say like, hey, what the fuck are we doing? We've been voting for the same party for 60, 70 fucking years. What do we have to show for it? There's video recording of Lyndon Johnson saying with the whole Great Society Act, with the whole Welfare Act and all the other, government entitlements, like we're going to capture the black vote for 100 years. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, well, none of this is secret anymore. None of this is hidden. You are a pawn. You have Joe Biden calling you guys in the 70s and 80s, criminals. And now he's turning around and saying, if you don't vote for Democrats, are you even black? Like, they see you guys as fucking idiots, fucking morons. And you, guess what? Guess fucking what? You know what I'm going to say? You are fucking fully living up to it, man. Nothing you're doing is like, even drifting away from that. You are going full on with the fucking stereotypes. Fuck, eh? This bullshit entitlement can't stand. This will not stand. As the economic pie keeps on shrinking in the Western world, you think that you are going to have the same leniency that you have now. The only thing right now that's keeping your shit afloat, I'll tell you this, it's not the economic pie. There's not much of that left anymore, right? It's the law. The law sides with you. You fucking know it. The law will side with you, right? Thousands of videos, whether if it's USA, Canada, parts of Western Europe, Australia, you name it, right? You do the most hooliganistic, most criminal fucking act, whether if it's to a white person or whatnot, right? You get either a slap on the fucking wrist or you get nothing at all. Or you get the most minute minimum sentence possible. You're aware of this. And you'll sit there and you still play the victim card. Your culture, your modern day culture. I mean, there was a time when you people were extremely respectable. I look back at 1950s, 60s. I look back when slavery ended, where you people truly believed in your dignity, your honor, that how you want to be presented to the world. Obviously, you're all stripped away from that. But here you are, conditioned little fuckers sitting there and pretending like now whatever you're doing is empowering, right? It's whatever your idea, even though you're just a fucking puppet, nothing more. I urge you, I implore you, I please ask that you guys come to your senses. I'm just one voice out of millions, Like I said, my goal is to be part of the conversation, to be part of the bigger, larger conversation. And one of my messages is always going to be that you guys can be allies for the right cause. I don't see you guys as a lost cause in any measure. I've been Ghanaian, Nigerian households back in my youth days, even recent days, where some of the most respectable, most hardworking people ever, right? So disciplined, the way they raise their children. Some of these people I met from, especially Ghana, where they walk around with the Bible in their hands and they use that as a source of motivation. They use that as a source of fuel. I mean, it's beautiful. It's absolutely marvelous. But there is a massive chunk of you that are detrimental to society. This needs to stop. You need to clean up your shit. We are now in a situation of full-on powder keg. We know this. Everybody knows this. There's no cope here on my own end. I'm not saying this because this is the way I want to see the world. No. I'm actually a genuinely very happy person. I enjoy life. But I'm also a realist, and I look at the world as it is, not how it should be, right? We can be allies. You have been made to be divided from the rest of us. You have been made to be feel like you're a victim, that you're oppressed. But those days are long gone. Everybody was oppressed at one point, like I said. But now you have all the tools and then some in your hands to make great things out of yourselves. So please, I urge you, enough with the division, enough with the bullshit. Okay? There can be so much more to you. There is a lot more I have to say on this topic, but I'm going to leave it here. And like I said, thank you for watching. And please, whomever is watching, please comment and subscribe. That would be lovely. Thank you.